We've just been given 5 free transfers and the FPL community are going absolutely crazy. In today's transfer plans video, I'm showcasing how I could use my 5 free transfers and also the strategy I'm going to deploy in the next few weeks of FPL. We're getting closer to that halfway point and I've still got 2 chips to use. So, let's get into this. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's transfer plans video. Of course, we've all been topped up to 5 free transfers and I do plan to use a few of mine ahead of the game week 16 deadline. If you are new to the channel, click the subscribe button for future FPL content and make sure you like in today's video as well. It's one of the best ways to support the channel and it only takes 2 seconds, guys. Let's take a look at how we did in game week 15 though. We're still going in game week 15. I've still got 2 players to play this evening with Cunha and Bruno Fernandes. But as you can see by my points total, it's been a shocker. It's been an absolute shocker. Probably one of the worst game weeks we've had in a long time. And I think Bruno and Cunha, if they both score amazingly tonight and get a combined 23 points, it puts me back into the top million. We'll see how that goes. As you can tell by the tone of my voice, I'm not exactly hopeful for it. We'll start off with the rest of the team though here. We'll talk about the Arsenal defence first because the game was really interesting. I expected Villa to score. I didn't expect them to win the fixture though. Very interesting. Of course, Saliba, again, not present. I'm just not going to believe anything Arteta says from now on. It's just like, okay, Saliba is a few days away. Before the Brentford game, he said, okay, the Brentford game comes around, not in the squad, whatever, I can brush that off. It then comes to this game week. Oh, he's training. We'll see how he gets on in training with Trossard. Brilliant. I think he's going to start. Doesn't start. I think if Saliba's present in that match, maybe the game looks a little bit more different, a bit more relaxed. From Arsenal in particular, they did look a bit sort of rushed at times and it didn't have that calmness of a Saliba at the back. Timber stepping in and doing the job and getting defensive contributions, we'll take that, but of course disappointing that he doesn't get 4 points instead of 3. But yeah, Saliba being out, Arteta, he's just lying. I just can't be bothered with it. Hopefully Saliba's back for the next fixture. As you'll see in the next section of the video, it's a very good fixture. Anderson subbed in, of course, with the 1-pointer. It's one of the first times this season where I've looked at Anderson and went, how have you not got defensive contribution points? He only had 7 in the game. Of course, really close, but, I maybe expected it because it happens all the time. But, I can't have it every fixture. That's absolutely fair enough. The one that's the most annoying, though, is Virgil van Dijk. Oh, my God. He went from an 8-pointer to a 2-pointer in the space of a few minutes. All because Konate decided, you know what? Nonto's going to run this out of play. I'm just going to take his legs out and give away a pen and just sell this entire fixture. Oh my God. You should have seen my face when he put in that challenge. My world just crumbled. I was already having a pretty bad week. And then he goes and does that. What can you do but laugh? Salah comes out after the game, absolutely fuming. The players don't seem too happy. Schlott, I don't know how long he has. Realistically, how long does Schlott have at this club? It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But yeah, from an 8-pointer to a 2-pointer in the space of a few minutes, it's tough to take. But we have to move on from it. Of course, Enzo next. We'll speak about 3 points. I said many times in the past 2 weeks, I want to get rid of him. I don't like him now in FPL. Palmer's back. I do think Enzo will just continue to play this deeper position, sort of not favourable enough for me for an FPL asset, especially when he doesn't really get defensive contributions at all. 3 points, I guess we'll take it for this game week. We spoke about Cunha and Bruno a bit, obviously playing this evening. I can't comment on how they've done so far, but hopefully they get a big haul between them because I desperately need it with this team. Reinders 1-pointer. I did expect him to start against Sunderland. I thought Pep would bring him on in that midfield just to control the game a little bit better, but he went with the Bernardo Silva move, and I did think Bernardo Silva actually had a really good game, and I do expect Reinders will probably now start in the Champions League midweek since he had a rest against us. Foden and Haaland coming off early as well. It's going to be interesting to see their minutes in the next few weeks when there's a lot of games to come. Minte, 3-pointer, coming off a little bit earlier than I thought he would, but gets the clean sheet points when other Brighton assets don't. Maybe that's a big thing, but I don't really think it is. It's 1 point at the end of the day. And Mateta with the 2-pointer. It's his last week in the team, most likely here, boys. He didn't really give us the goal to end things off. And yeah, we'll speak more about Mateta in the next section of the video, about, you know, his current minutes going forward, because I don't think it looks good, boys. You've got Haaland as captain, 4 points. Sunderland kept Man City's top goal scorer quiet, but the other assets, the world-class players, they just made up for that and really punished us with 3-0. I thought it was going to be 2-1, 3-1 City, but we just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. Our counter-attacks were lacking in the fixture. Hit the post, missed 2 on-and-ones. What can you do? It just wasn't our day. It's City away, but that's so far how we're doing in game week 15. Let's look now at game week 16 and how I plan to use my 5 free transfers for the next few weeks of FPL. This is currently how the team is set up for game week 16. This is my team selection. Of course, the triple Arsenal defence, incredibly strong against Wolves at home. It's just the case we need Saliba to be available, and hopefully we'll get news of that midweek. Virgil van Dijk, I brought him in a few weeks ago. Could I just sell him straight away? Brighton at home, sorry. Yes, it's at home, but I don't think that matters for Liverpool right now. I honestly don't. I think any team with a bit of grit about them understands that if you put pressure on them, be physical, they will fall apart. It's going to be a hard fixture for them. I think Brighton aren't necessarily that team, so maybe that gives me some relief about still owning him for this game week, but still not looking great. Burnley away for Anderson, good fixture. Minte Liverpool away. Is now a good fixture. Is it the fixture to be targeting Liverpool away? Maybe that's the one. So yeah, not too upset about playing them this week. Bruno Fernandes and Cunha, Bournemouth at home. Quite excited about that fixture, although they did keep Chelsea out at the weekend, 0-0 in that game. Enzo, again, I'm not too keen on him at the moment in FPL. Everton at home. Doesn't feel that strong for him with the positions he holds up, but still, it's a home fixture. It's Everton. We'll see how that goes. Mateta, it is last week in my team, I would imagine. It's just his minutes, guys. There's so many games coming up for Palace in the next month, you could say, actually. I just think Palace players in general, I'm not looking at bringing in. I'm really not. I know Gahey scores a lot of points. Munoz is quite popular, even though he didn't feature against Fulham. Richards, Lacroix. I don't know, guys. I don't think I'm going to touch Palace assets. I think their minutes could be all over the place and hard to predict, and I don't really like that aspect. I like having predictability. I like having an understanding that my players will play in FPL, because when they don't, as it's shown in game week 15, things go incredibly wrong. So yeah, that's currently how we're set up for game week 16. I'm now going to look at sort of planning the team with you guys live here and sort of my early thoughts with some of my players. Firstly, Mateta, as you've seen in the thumbnail, going to Thiago feels like a really easy move to make. We'll see sort of how midweek goes. But of course, this transfer feels locked in for me. The next one would be Reinders out. And it's kind of the case that, could I just go cheaper with this price point or around the same price as a Reinders and kind of keep that price point in this my team structure? We're looking maybe at a Dewsbury Hall. Of course, had a really good game week in game week 15, but I still think, look, he's going to get loads of minutes in that Everton shirt. He's quite good going forward as well. Could it just be him? I think the more interesting one that I'm kind of looking at the moment is a Harry Wilson of Fulham. The fixtures for the next few weeks are quite good. Burnley, Forest, West Ham. And of course, in game week 18 is kind of a rough time. I expect to play the bench boost, so a good week for that. So Harry Wilson could definitely come in, and then I could bench someone like an Enzo Fernandez. Overall, though, I don't think there's any other transfers that are desperately needed to be made. It could be a week this week where I actually look at a bench boost for 16 instead of 18, but I do feel like my team will be stronger in 18, so I could just hold off on it in all honesty. But for me, I don't need to make any more transfers here. I'm quite happy with how the team is. Of course, a lot of people are rushing at buying Foden after his successful few weeks. I had him on a free hit a few weeks ago. Was amazing on him then. Obviously not amazing him not having him in the past 2 weeks, but we'll look at the fixtures now. Quite good still, the West Ham fixture especially, where I plan to triple captain Haaland in 17. But Crystal Palace away, I don't know, it doesn't feel amazing to bring Foden in for that. Maybe in 17 I'll bring him in for Forest Sunderland, Chelsea Brighton, but I don't know, I'm looking at these fixtures and I'm not that impressed at bringing in Foden in for this game week for 16. Maybe in 17. But yeah, the team like that with only 2 free transfers feels quite strong, and it could be a candidate for a bench boost. So yeah, I've struggled the past few weeks with just having 1 free transfer, but now I've got a bit more room to move people around, sort of a fresh view on sort of chip strategy with my bench boost and triple captain still to come. I think I'm in a good spot. I do really think I'm in a good spot. Of course, we can kind of look at my live rank here on the tool as well. It's not a good game week. I'll be absolutely honest with you. I'm never sort of dishonest with you guys. I'm always honest on this channel. It's not been a good game week. It's not been a good past 2 weeks, in fact. But I am hopeful. We're coming to that game week 19 point where it's the halfway point of the season where everyone really should have used all of their chips. I've still got to use triple captain, incredibly powerful chip. Bench boost can be powerful if you use it and time it correctly, which I think with the transfers I've got saved up now with 5 free transfers could be a really great chip for me. So I am hopeful that I can get, past the million mark for game week 19 and hopefully back into the top 500k where I was 2 weeks ago. But yes, it's not been a good few game weeks. But of course, the planned moves so far for game week 16 is Mateta out, Thiago in, and of course Reinders out and Harry Wilson in of Fulham. Let me know what you think of those moves in the comments, and also what moves are you making for game week 16 with your 5 free transfers. Tomorrow you can expect my transfer tips video, so make sure you're looking out for that. Of course, a massive thank you for your support on today's video. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and drop a like, and if you're not yet subscribed, click that subscribe button for future FPL content and FPL streams. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.